Hello. So I was working on a video and I was like, holy crap. Holy crap, Lois. This video is gonna be epic. It's almost as epic as that one time I was in Fortnite. Um, but I realized that I'm not gonna be able to get it finished. Like, oh shoot, I gotta do something. I gotta do something before July hits. Like, cause I gotta give the people a video. But what am I supposed to do in the video? I can make a song. Oh wow, this song is awesome. Let me go to bed because I need to work on it tomorrow. Wait a second. It's the end of the month. I'm not gonna be able to finish that song either. Oh, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? So, what I'm actually gonna be doing is I'm just gonna be yapping. But I'm gonna try and be entertaining, story time. I don't know, I guess I can tell stories. Yeah, the IRS came after me. That's not interesting. I don't think you guys care about how the IRS came after me about my $8,000 of debt that involves a whole bunch of people dying and explosions. No, you guys want to hear about the day-to-day to McDonald's, 100%. But no, I've seen some crazy thing at McDonald's. When you work in retail and fast food, holy crap, you think people aren't that stupid. And then you meet people and like, holy crap, put a gun to my head, pull the trigger and call me Makoto because I'm gonna summon my persona. You think apparently there's people who's never been to McDonald's. I met somebody and I live in a backwater town that nobody's ever heard of. That's probably why. But, holy crap. You think you've seen it all, and then somebody comes in asking about why your lemonade tastes like water. Now, for that incident, the lemonade actually was just out. So we have there's lunch rush, where people come in like, give us food, like just swarms of people, and you gotta have a lot of people because they're going in and out and quickly going in and out. They're like going through your drive-through, coming to sit down, you gotta hand out their food. And we have places like, hey, can I have you park in spot at stall 1? It's just a little bit off to the right. Your food isn't ready, we'll just hand it out to you. One guy was like, no, I'm not doing that. Last time it took me 20 minutes before you guys handed out my food. 20 minutes is a long time in fast food. In fact, that's about as long as the creation of the universe to the dinosaurs when it comes to fast food. Even half that time, at 10 minutes, people will get angry at you. And you know what you can do in 10 minutes? Hit that like and subscribe button. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Please. I don't want to work at fast food. I don't want to deal with people anymore. Holy crap. I want to summon my persona. Like I was in Fortnite. Anyway, and this guy, he would not move. Like, I'm not gonna move. Like, there's people coming in. You can't think about yourself. Well, I'm not gonna think about. I want my food. I'm not gonna wait 20 minutes. Yeah, and yeah. So like, we had 2 managers go to him. He wouldn't say anything. One of the managers ended up crying. Like, they're actual people. I know her. Well, she's a coworker and she's the mom of everybody. Aw. And he was like, no, I'm not gonna move. So we ended up getting our general manager, guy who basically comes into the day-to-day to make sure that everything's going about. He cares about results and he doesn't care about anything else. Which, might make him sound mean, but I can guarantee you, he's a person that everybody can love. That's what makes him a great boss. Having a great boss really does help. Even then, still, this guy would not move. So we had to call the police on bro. And he had to tow his car away because this, some people might actually not actually notice. But going into a fast food restaurant is technically private property. And people are welcome to come inside and order food to partake in business. But it is technically private property. We can ban people from coming in. So, boom, out he goes. Another guy was a complete misogynist. So I was like, so this guy is like, can I just speak to your manager? And I have one of my managers. She's this tiny little thing. She's not a midget, but she is short. And she's like, and she's my manager, so I have to listen to her. It's like, are you gonna take? She was like, I was gonna take this out. I need you to take this out. Go to spot one. So I was like, alright, I gotta go. And like, take it out. Like, okay, here you are. Have a great day. And I come back, and he's already speaking with another manager. Why? 'Cause she's a woman. Man, I love just losing my train of thought. Good thing with the power of editing that you guys haven't seen with that. But yeah, because I know a thing or two about women. Because I'm Mr. Based, alright? But you can't be based in public because that's against morality or whatever. Which sucks because I'm based in... You have to be based in private or else that's cringe, you know? You have to know when to or a farm. Yeah, so long story short, he ended up talking to my general manager and he was like, yeah, so nobody was using gloves when they were making your food and they weren't washing your hands. He went back, reviewed the footage. Turns out like, yeah, no, he's like, no, So, that's stupid, but like, stupid is lovable, that guy is not. Another guy, now this one's actually like comedy. So it was like, can you get your GM for me? I was like, I'm technically not allowed to say if my GM is here. Like, go get your GM. Like, I don't believe that. I'm gonna have to, hey GM, you guys, there's a guy here for you. I was like, okay. So you talk to them, and it's like, what? No, go. Like, so what are you trying to say? Yeah, he tried to ask if we could nail some cones into the pavement. Like, we're talking about taking traffic cones, putting them in the drive-thru, and then nailing them into the concrete, to the asphalt. Well, what? Yeah, because, and he wanna know why he said that? It's because drive-thru was moving too slowly. Drive-thru could move at wild paces, but because it's moving too slowly, like, come on, man. I know it was a little bit slow that day, but that's because, like, the person in the back act was trying their best and they didn't have any help. So... I forgot what I was gonna say. But he works at another place, the smoke shop, at which my GM frequents after work. And so he's gonna act like, hey yo, your drive-thru. I almost like crashed my car or something. Yeah, could you put like some cones in your drive-thru? Our drive-thru is different from theirs. Their drive-thru is just a straight line where you go up and like, yeah, I get that. I'm like, okay, here it's gonna be that much. Here you are, and like it's just really simple hours. You order at a station. You've probably been to McDonald's, you know how it is. It's basically like that. So you go, order at one spot, you pay in another, you get your food in another, and then you go. It's like a factory and assembling on. So he's like, why don't you go ahead, if you don't like our drive-thru so much, why don't you go over to Arby's? First of all, Arby's? Like, do you want the man to suffer for eternity? Second of all, Arby's is way too pricey. It's even in our little hometown. That's why he went to McDonald's, because our food is cheap. But he works at a smoke shop. In that, I'd probably get paid more than him. And I make $10 an hour. Yeah. You think you've seen it all, like, just day after day you meet more and more and more stupid people. But that doesn't mean that you can be stupid, you know? The easiest way to not be stupid is to stop and think, like, think about other people. Think about your actions. Now I'm not trying to get moral on you, just, like, because there's some smart people who aren't very moral. You can think about, okay, what, like, as an example, what can I do to get out of this relationship? Now, that might not sound too good, but, you know, if you just think about what you can get out of stuff, you're starting somewhere, but then you're, like, thinking, okay, what can I do to give them so that way they can owe me a favor? Or what can I do to manipulate these two so that way I can get something? Or what can I do against the whole society? Now that leans into more consciousness and you start thinking about other stuff, but the more you think about your actions and what you can do, the smarter you will be. Whether that's moral or not, remains to be seen. But please, if you come through, if you come to my lobby, just make it quick. They keep putting me on counter when I have to interact with people, and I hate people. Oh, but you're the best one at it. Eddie does a much better job. I'm only there because Eddie works nights and I work mornings. Oh, come pick up my muscle man screaming. Alright, well, I'll go ahead and throw a muscle man gif, I don't know. Alright, I'm gonna have to grind real quick to make sure that this video is watching. Oh, what? Hi, light bulb. Why am I staring right at my light bulb? Okay, that's it.